Dale Allen with me on the old BoomerCast. Was it you were there 94 to 98?
94 to 98, yes, sir. That will be correct.
Nice,
Yes,
man. Those so you went through three different coaches too, huh?
Hell, man. Yeah, I'm very knowledgeable, man. It was not something that I was looking forward to, but it was an experience of how would you say of it was just an experience, man, that I will never look back and think bad about it. But when I was in a time, a couple of years out of it, yes, it was pretty kind of, you look back and it wasn't a good thing and kind of disappointing. Right. But now that I'm older and kind of grasp it, it was a great experience to see different coaching styles, different people. So, it was a great experience, man. I got to see a lot of different defenses as being on the defensive side of the ball. So it kind of made me, I can look at an offense and like, oh, okay, they about to do this because, we've seen so different styles and techniques and things of that nature that made me a better player if I would got the opportunity to go further. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good thing at the end of the day.
For sure. Definitely gave you guys a sense of how to handle adversity.
Man, that is either self-inflicted or whatever,
Right.
But yes, it was a great teacher. That would be correct.
For sure. And your cousin, James played with you there, OU too, huh?
Yeah, he played running back. James Alley, he played running back, and then he went on to the NFL, played for the Bears, Eagles, Texans. I think the Titans nice. As well too. So he had a pretty decent career.
Yeah, I know he had that 1,000 yards his rookie year in Chicago. Yes. But did you guys play in Wynnewood together? Or was he behind you?
Yes, he's a year older. Well, we're 9 months apart, but in grade wise, he a year older than me. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
How was it going against him and Thunder and Lightning in practice, man?
Hey, man. Well, that Thunder and Lightning, I call myself the Earthquake. So I'm the force to be working with too. But now, those guys were special. That was a special seeing those guys doing what they did. Unfortunately, I don't think, they got to really showcase their talents because we were, coming. If you look at the time that we were there, we was coming out of that transition of them coming off of probation. Yeah. And so our scholarships were kind of limited and they were really restocking. So, just having those holes, the AP or AD, you want to call them, DeMarco, those guys wasn't getting those type of holes, not the credit, knock any guys off that were playing on our whole line or whatever. We didn't have the depth, because we were converting some of those defensive guys to go on the offensive line, like the Greg Warriors, was the beast on defense, but ended up going on that side. That's just some Romero, all those guys, we were still, gaining.
Yeah, I think Roger Robertson was like that.
Yes. Well, he was there a little older than me. A couple years older than me. Oh, okay. Yeah, he was, I think maybe my freshman year.
Oh, yeah, you're
we
right.
believe he was a senior. So
yeah, I think it was 92 to 96 or something like that. But
yeah. So, but I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he was, and then Chris Campbell.
Yes, sir.
That dude's a beast, man. He's funny as hell, man. Yeah, he was telling me some John Blake stories. He said I'd be coming home from high school or coming home from school, and he's in there with his shoes off, eating dinner with my grandma in the living room watching TV, man.
Yeah, I mean that Coach Blake was a character all to himself, man.
Yeah, man.
Pleasant man. He did a lot for me coming up when I was in school. He always looked out for me. He tried to get me with mentors like Albert Hall, great guy. Just wanted me to model those guys' success because I was a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Coach Selman used to call me Renegade. You straight rebel, bro. Yeah, and I lived up to the fullest.
Nice. So what kind of difference was it between those three different staffs? Like, I'm sure all of them were tough, but I don't know. I just heard stories about the old Schnellenberger era and
that was probably the worst of my career. I mean that, and I realized the business going into my sophomore year. I mean, I have some stories that I probably got a book in me with that regime. And I'm pretty sure other guys do too, but it seemed like I was in the middle of all the craziness that happened with Snellenberger, minus the fight. I wasn't there when the coach at Oklahoma State fight. When we got in a fight. I don't know if they told you about that.
I didn't know about that, no.
Yeah, they got in a fight with the coaching staff. I'm sure you may have interviewed some of the guys, but they probably didn't tell you about that. But there was a fight that happened after the game between some of our players and their coaches that year.
Oh, no shit.
Yep, after the Oklahoma State game, they got in a fight. I wasn't there.
Right.
Unfortunately, I had to go to a funeral. My grandfather had passed away, and so I wasn't at that game. But, after, I heard all about it. Yeah, it was pretty saddening at the end of the day, It was but it was a breaking point, man. Those guys pushed us. And how you break a team down and never build you back up. And that was just one of those things that, you can, if you make a dog get scared and curl in the corner, eventually you're going to turn around and bite you back. And that's just one of those things, that happened.
You guys you could tell from the outside because you guys started out 4-1-1. Well,
we're not like in the top 10. I
think you got all the way up to number 9 that year.
Yeah.
And the wheels completely fell off, man. And I didn't know that about that fight, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff that happened at that place. I got stories where, even myself, with some of my coaches there, how hard they rode us. And, I had to take I guess you say a sabbatical or leave from the team that spring because, I got to a point where I thought I was going to do my scholarship because I want to fight my coach. So in those days, you're scared to lose your scholarship, and they would hold that over your head. And so, it was just one of those things, man, that, they didn't want you there. You wasn't one of their players. And so they just, just made it really rough for you, so.
Yeah, that sucks, man, when you see coaches like that. I coached a little league football in Wyoming before we moved here. And, man, I've never seen just parents that just disgust me, man. Like
the kids, man.
Yeah.
Let them have fun first,
Yeah, you can tell, by the kids' work ethic, what their parents are like at home. And it's really sad, dude. And their parents will just drop their kid off and come back 2 hours later. And after the game, a couple of days later, why did you play my kid? Well, why don't you come sit and watch a practice? See what your kid does. I can't teach him how to properly tackle. Why? Well, I'm not going to stick him and sit him out there and let him get hurt. That's wild.
There's no after. There's no work at home. And I've seen that in my career. I worked as what you call a linkage specialist, especially a social worker. And one of my things that I did with Head Start, I worked with, unifying parents and bringing them to the kids and being involved in their children's education. And then sometimes it's the participation from the parents, it was sad, and I would cater to them. I would bring in food, speakers, do surveys, whatever those people. I would even do a survey and ask them what they want me to present to them for that month. And they'd fill it all out, get all this response, get the speakers there and what they want there. And it was to be me and the staff.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, it is. It didn't care. Just drop your kid off and the teachers will make sure they are successful, I guess. So
yeah. Home life is key, man. Key to any child's success. And I'm working on my bachelor's in organizational leadership.
Okay.
About to finish my second year. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to work with the youth, man. And I've made you could call me a renegade. I kind of took my own path, and just want to keep some kids from taking the same way I went, man.
Hey, man, that's what it's about. And I think the middle school age,
Yep.
before, they get influenced and all the peer pressures of high school. And, if you can reach those kids, because that's kind of something that I've been very passionate about. And trying to find my way to getting back to that, in long term of having some type of program. So maybe, this is kismet or some type of thing, or maybe we can have a connection later on that I can call upon you or vice versa to be, be there for each other in that form. So I look forward to that and keep on moving forward, man.
I will,
keep
man.
on doing that.
I will.
Yes.
It's cool. Like I was telling you on the phone earlier, man, like you guys, them Sooners, they taught me how to grind, man. Like just grind. And like you said, the next week, them dudes were hurting against whoever they played against.
It was crazy, man. Like we would lose that game somehow, but the next week, I swear, we look at the stats and like they got beat by those guys. What happened? And you look at the injury report, like, oh man, we beat those guys up, But yeah, so yeah, we're pretty salty, man. Especially with our defense. I mean, our defense is pretty salty, man. We have some dogs over there. We have some dogs every year. We were just reload, but just like too many snaps on the field, man. Anybody, you playing anywhere over 30, 40 snaps on defense, 50 snaps a game, that's going to wear you down, And so, by fourth quarter, we still didn't have anything. And a lot of times we're playing, special teams, punt, kickoff covers as well, too. So, just like, man, it will get to you after a while, man. I don't care how bad you run you.
You play with Jarrell Jackson, right?
Yes.
Hey, man, I be talking some smack, huh?
It ain't stopped. It ain't. He came in, you talking smack, and he's still talking smack. Yeah, that's my dog, man. That's my little dog, man.
For real,
he's
man.
A good dude.
Sure.
Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, it's all fun, and he hypes himself up. But he can back it up though. That's one thing. He talks smack and not back it up, but talk smack and back it up. Man, that's two different things.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said too, man. He's like, I talk some smack, but I mean, if you see it, he does back it up, man. You going to the spring game this year?
I will pack the palace, man. I'm gonna be there and pack the palace, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna come out there. I thought about going to the ceremony on Friday. I just don't know. I'll probably come home and rest. I got invited to another little engagement, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go down Friday, but for sure I'll be down on Saturday.
So,
for sure.
So what do you think about OU? Like, did you leave on OU on good terms, or like?
Yeah, I left OU on good terms. I could have came back one more year, and eventually, going through what we went through. I think I just had enough at that level
for sure
of play. And but yeah, I just kind of just walked away from the sport after a while. Yeah, I trying to get rehab and get back, and I lost my speed, and I just didn't, I had to make a living at the same time, and figure out what I was going to do. And I didn't want to be one of those guys trying to chase a dream 5, 6 years, 7 years down the road, so I just kind of just bowed out, and just focused on other things, trying to figure out my life.
You played linebacker, correct?
Yes. I was recruited a linebacker, tight end.
That was my favorite position, man. That was the best, playing linebacker.
I did not learn how to play linebacker until my sophomore year in college.
Damn. Nice.
Yep. I was always a DN at OU. I mean, that's where I got recruited, tight end DN.
Right.
But they ended up switching me to linebacker. I think, my redshirt when Snellenberger came in, they switched me to linebacker.
It was like
and that's where I was ever since.
Like the beginning of the hybrid, almost.
I guess so. You would call that. I think they utilized Travian Smith a lot at that position. That was a beast right there. Smokey Lane. Smokey Lane, Texas boy, returning kicks. Yeah, I'm glad he was on my side too. On my team, him, Corey Ivy. The boys came in my first. I thought I was decent size, but I wouldn't work out king like those guys were. But I was glad those guys were on my team. Just to be honest, yeah. So
Travion Smith was a dog, man.
Yeah, man.
Boy.
The story with that guy. Yeah, that guy came up and ran his 40. I think he ran like a 4.4 pro day with a parka, in a parka and sweats. Kind of like some Deion Sanders type, but a lot bigger, and so that guy was pretty special. So that's who I shared the backfield with: me, Travion, Corey, Chris Justice, Brandon Moore, Rocky Calmus came maybe my senior year.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So we had some dogs out there. I'm probably leaving some guys out: Greg Moyer, Scott Ousley, Tyrell Peters, Broderick Simpson.
Oh,
sorry, dogs. I can't forget
Tyrell
about
Peters.
Y'all real dogs. How can I OG TP
right?
from Norman High? You know what I'm saying? So long list of Peters that came through Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's who I got to share the room with, and so it's pretty special for me.
I got this clip. Tyrell Peters, I think it was BYU maybe or Air Force, but this dude's coming up leaping through the air, and Tyrell Peters stops him at the 1. Like in midair, it was so badass.
Yeah,
sure, man.
And he was an all-war tailback as well too.
Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, when coming out, man, that's all he was like. He was a beast. I mean, fast, big, and would blow you up on that linebacker.
Nice,
Man. So that was our captain, man. That was our dog, man. That was our leader right there. The quiet assassin. When he spoke, and he in his own right was a goof and all that good stuff, but on the field, like he put that visor on, couldn't see him. Get in place and directed me this and that, and because I couldn't hear or didn't know to have to play anyway. Like, what's the call, T? Man, I told you, line up. So he was our general, basically.
Nice,
yeah, leading everything.
Man, they've had some great linebackers come through Norman, man.
Yes.
I was talking to Corey Warren earlier, the original Deuce.
Deuce, baby.
Yeah. He was telling me about
that guy.
Oh, dude.
Joe Bowden.
Yeah, he was talking about doing crackbacking on Joe Bowden in practice.
Hey, that's the only man that I ever seen that we used to wear thigh pads on his. You remember that? He used to wear thigh pads on his arms, man. Like, that dude was crazy for a college guy.
For real.
Aubrey Beavers. I used to come up there.
Oh, yeah.
I used to come to Norman. I had an older cousin, Tony Levy, rest in peace. He one really kind of influenced me to come to Oklahoma. But I used to go up there during the summertime. Me and James and his brother Aaron would go up there and hang out. And I remember the first time I ever met Aubrey Beavers was out there on 12th Street. They have a gym over there. And this guy would come down and bang it so hard and slam it, and will make the whole gym just vibrate. And I'm like, who is this guy? I used to put a picture when I was in high school of Aubrey Beavers with his 10% body, fat. I mean, I'm probably doing disservice, but this guy was just a specimen, man.
That's how Cedric Jones was too. He had 4% body fat or something, dude, at like 260. Man, that was insane, man.
Freak, yeah. He was my, I think his senior year. He was my roommate.
Nice.
On road trips, so I used to see him prepare for games and all that good stuff, and so it was pretty awesome being in his presence. Said good guy.
Yeah.
Another quiet assassin.
Right. And then all those hard-hitting safeties, man. Jason Belser, T. Ray. Oh, man. Just goes on. Roy Williams.
Ricky Dixon.
I mean,
you want to go back. Yeah, Ricky Dixon.
Keith Stanberry.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, those guys right there were like the staple. That's what you want to live up to, and they set the mark and they set the bar high, very high. Very high. Darryl Ray?
Terry Ray
played for the Falcons. Not the Falcons, but the Patriots.
He might have for a year.
I think so, yeah.
Played in the CFL a lot.
they're a little older than me. Before
Yeah.
I kind of like my best friend. Like I really wasn't like a student of the game. One of my best friends growing up, you know, he got the experience to go to all the Orange Bowls and
Nice,
stuff like
man.
that. And so I kind of lived vicariously through him. And so through him, that's how I learned about pretty much like playing football. I mean, not football, but OU football.
Yeah.
And how special it was. And so, but yeah, I really wasn't. I mean, I remember like the wishbone, like that was so memorable. And the bars, obviously, you know, can't forget about the bars, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, all those guys really pretty much set the bar for us. Yes.
Yeah, as Frank Blevins going to be coming on here. And,
another good, great guy, great linebacker as well.
Man.
Yes.
There's so many great linebackers.
Yeah. You know, so yeah. We came from good stock. I do believe we did. You know,
that wishbone, that was really cool when Charles Thompson came in and ran that. So like a 70 or 80-yarder quarterback keeper on Texas.
Anytime we do something on Texas is great.
Always, isn't it?
Yeah.
that school, man. I can't figure it out, dude. They get top 10 recruiting every single year, but come October, they're like, oh. It's like they're scared. I don't know what it is, man. I don't get it.
Well, I'm not trying to figure it out. Whatever they're doing, just keep doing it, Texas.
Right?
You keep being you. You keep doing you, Texas.
That's right.
Keep sucking the way that you suck, you know. So, but they are getting a lot of players in from Alabama. I seen they had another transfer. I don't try to pay attention. I'm not like all in the media like I used to, or just following people. I had to kind of step away from the game because it affected me a little too much personally, and nothing I can do about it. I'm 46 years old. I can't holler at the TV is about as good as it's gonna get, you know. Right. So, but I had to kind of personally, health-wise, because my blood pressure is just too high. There's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, I don't follow it, but I do kind of see little things that's going on in the media, you know. But I know they're stacking up against good people, so kind of make me kind of worried a little.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just like a culture thing down there, man. It's just the coach don't give a shit. Like the players ain't gonna give a shit, man. Yeah. Like if your coach ain't giving you 100% or holding himself accountable 100%, I'm not gonna follow some dude that doesn't even know who the fuck he is. You know what I mean? Like doesn't know who he is or what he's about or like.
Well, I mean, but they had some strong coaches there. I mean, they had Charlie Strong.
They should have never let him go.
What's the dude from Houston? He ended up being a nutcase, but before Sark came in.
Tom Herman.
He did great things at Houston. Houston, and I thought it would translate well to Austin, but it didn't. So I mean, and I'm not mad at it. You know?
Right.
It's good for us. And I hope Sark has the same tendencies moving forward as well too. I'm calling that as well too. You know, I think we're in a good place with our man and our choices. You know, I'm not going to speak about that the other person who left and people keep on bringing up because I want to do with the people who are here now. In that room. And that's what we would deal with. And that's who we want to be here. Let them be here and just make the best. We are Oklahoma. We're not. Yeah, we lost our coach to that place over there, but we're a staple. We don't fall off like that.
Yeah, it's and like when people say we lost him, I don't really think we really lost him because we didn't want him or whatever. But
no.
I think we're in a really good spot with Coach Venables, man. The way he speaks, man, is just he gives a shit, man. He really does.
Well, he's very transparent. I mean, I've known him like I said. I got the opportunity to meet the staff my last year. I hung out a year or so around the program, and so I got to meet him. So it's been a long time because I maybe a year after that I ended up moving to Florida for like 16 years. So I was kind of away from the program probably up until maybe 2017 when I came back. And so obviously those guys were gone. Yeah. But so Coach Venables always, he left a lasting impression on me. Playing come from Kansas State, his intensity. And so I just think that, you know, his passion and holding people accountable, because he holds himself at the same accountable, like you said about the Texas guys, you know, and that's the type of person, you know, that I think that this guy's going to thrive upon under, you know, somebody who would, you know, not ask you anything of themselves that he wouldn't do of himself. And so, I mean, I understand he's probably in his 50s and probably a little older than me, and he can't like go out there and suit up and bang, but he probably is just a strong and run with those guys, you know. And so I think it's a good thing for us. And he loves OU, you know, and I think this is a great land. I think he's wouldn't take it this job light. I think he knows the seriousness. I think he realized our fan base. And so I just think it's a good move. You know, I had other ideas for a candidate, but you know, if they chose him, I was good with that. You know, so
who's your candidate?
Well, because my candidate was the guy at Iowa State. Reason, he's been doing a lot with less talent.
Yeah.
And he's been giving us fits for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Or however many years he's been there. He's beat us twice, not right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In recent history.
Yeah.
And
back to back.
So that was like go get that guy. He's giving us headaches. Get him out from over there. And he's been doing it with less talent. And he's been getting some of our couple tight ends out of Oklahoma and some of our type talent out of Oklahoma. So I just thought that it was, you know, that would have been a good hire to me, you know. So I don't know. That was my guy. But don't get me wrong, Brent is my guy. Before we knew what was going on, because, you know, I didn't know if he wanted to leave and come from Clemson or this and that. But this guy right here, it would have been a great up for him, you know. So
yeah, it's kind of wild. They chose Mike Stoops over him, I guess, is what that was going on back when he left for Clemson. It was either him or Mike Stoops, and but it is what it is, man. But he was in Clemson for 10 years, man, and they had 480 plus sacks and over 1,100 tackles for a loss. That's insane.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But he had some great boys, you know.
Those defensive lines he had.
Boy, it was, man, was it Shaq? I can't remember the name. Shaq something.
Yeah, Shaq
Lawson and I mean, I'm not as versed, but yeah, I look at it, I can see the talent they had, man.
Oh, is
that who we played? The one the boys came on our bus?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like that. we would have fought that dude. He would have got it. He would have got it. Somebody would have got up and slung a helmet or something. Get that, man. Hell no.
Yeah, there's a lot of OU fans that don't know, pre-2000, man. They've been spoiled the last 20 years, man. Yeah,
they have, you know.
You know, and nobody fears the Sooners anymore, man, and I think that's going to change. You know, I used to somebody whoever lined up and they seen the Sooners right there, like, oh shit, man. But now
bring it today.
Yeah, you know, they welcome it on now, and it's just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, but also I think it's the curse of being successful as well too. You know, we're going to get everybody's top. You know, I mean, people aren't going to line up because, you know, if you beat the Sooners, it's going to be on ESPN for a damn month. You
right.
know, so you know, it's going to be one of those things that you know, that if you knock off the Sooners, you know, or Alabama's or whatever, they might, like you say, they don't fear us, but I just think they rise to the occasion of playing us. They do line up against us.
That's a good way to put it, man.
We are blue bloods, man. You know,
if
you be a blue blood, you know, then you made a name for yourself. And so,
yeah. Well, they're like Alabama. They've only been really relevant for the last 15 years. I mean, they've been relevant, but there was about a 10, 15 year period where they weren't about shit. And everybody forgets about that, you know,
Well, you know, they had that transition. Because remember, they had with the 92 with Gene Stallings.
Yeah.
When they had that great run with 91, 92. Sherman, the running back.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so they had some pretty good classes. Like you said, they had that little gap until they got Satan. I mean Saban.
Yeah.
They got him coming
Right.
in, you know, and so Satan sold his soul to the devil.
You know, he did. He had to.
He did some great. He implemented some good things, and got some good talent over there. So this is like one of those things. Like, why would somebody go to like a Mississippi or Alabama?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Our colors are better too.
I mean, why? I mean, Oklahoma, it's up and coming. There's a lot more things to do in Oklahoma. I know people call it, it's a flyover state, this and that, but Alabama?
Yeah, there's so much stuff to do now in OKC downtown. I couldn't believe it when I came back to change, man.
Man, and it's growing crazy. A lot of what I do now, my main job, I work as a business developer, and so it's my job to kind of have a pulse on what the business aspects are going on in the city, because I need to have form relationships, and for my business, to have a pulse and and make relations with these new companies. And I'm seeing, huge international companies moving in to Oklahoma City every month. Kevin Stitt's doing a great job recruiting other big companies, and he's got another big electrical company coming in. And so Oklahoma's growing. And I don't know why we haven't done this like 30 years ago, because we are in the middle of the country.
Yeah.
We have I-35, we have 40. Have those things lined up with trucks and shipping department, manufacturing departments. I don't know why I'm not been leading the country, the state right now, because that should have been done 20, 30 years ago,
Right,
so,
for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took my wife, we went and checked out the memorial thing yesterday.
That's your first time?
Yeah. First time I've been through there.
It's pretty
impactful, dude. I didn't think it would be.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I haven't been since probably the 90s. I don't even know where it's even located anymore.
It's on 5th and like Sheridan.
Okay.
Or Harvey.
Okay.
Southwest 5th and Harvey, or Northwest 5th and Harvey.
Okay. I remember I went down there probably maybe like 98, 99. And like I haven't been back since. So
that's beautiful, man.
Yeah. It was pretty surreal at that time.
Yeah, it's crazy. They had that dude's car in there and stuff in the basement, like for part of the
Timothy McVeigh, the U-Haul truck?
No, just the car that he was riding in when he got pulled over by the police.
Oh, the other guy was Timothy McVeigh and Steven something.
Nichols, I think, was his name.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So after you left OU, so you were just done with the game, huh?
Yeah, I blew out my ACL and my meniscus, and I tried. I tried to come back. I stayed around, trained with Smitty for a year.
Oh, nice.
I just needed more time than I was willing to give to get my speed back. Because I went from like a 4.5.3 to a 4.7. I've never been hurt before, and just my wheels wasn't there, and it was a depressing thing, and really never got closure. But I seen other guys like ahead of me just working out all the time, trying to get back in the league, and I just like I need to do something else. And so I ended up moving to Florida and did firefighting for a while, did a little counseling. Because, all my hopes and dreams at that time was to be in the NFL and move to some island, still barbecue to the natives or to tourists who come to town, that was my dream. And so it's still not gonna say that's not gonna happen, but it's just not the way that I anticipated or thought it was gonna happen. So, but yeah, I just kind of stepped away from the game for a while, man. And I had to. I had to, because it was eating me up, to be honest with you, not to be able to close out how I wanted to. But God had other choices for me.
Yeah, man. I couldn't imagine being like an athlete like that. You're playing at a school like University of Oklahoma. You got 80,000 people cheering for you, and tear your knee up and you're in a room with nobody and it's dark, man. Like I couldn't imagine that, dude. That would mess with my head so bad, man.
It's hard to explain and to people, and now even to this day, people ask me like, because I'm not like, oh, I played at OU, because I've been around guys who still play that card. You haven't did nothing in 10, 20 years, and I'm a Sooner, blah blah blah. Like, bro, that was a long life, and I get people who get upset with me because I don't play that card, or unless you go Google me or whatever. I don't tell people I played at OU because it was another lifetime, and that's not who I am now. Right. And so, but I have to find some type of medium in that, because there was a part of me at one time, and so not that I have any like ill will or anything like that. I just kind of compartmentalized and moved on, and just living off who I am now, and so. Yeah, it was pretty tough though. It was pretty tough for me trying to get through that, and I got to the realization that my life could still be great, without that. So yeah.
That's the old Mamba mentality, man.
I mean, that was one of my favorite players. I'm a Laker fan.
Oh, I love. Yeah. I'm not a big Lakers fan, but I'm a big Kobe fan, and that dude just would not be outworked by anybody, man. And
yeah.
His own teammates hated him for it.
Well, I mean, they push you to be greater. Life is about, if you really want to grow, it's about being uncomfortable. Learning how to be uncomfortable.
Yep.
Once you be comfortable and stagnant, and I ain't gonna say it's over, but for real dogs, real sharks, that's where it's at. That's where the growth's at, man. Learning how to be uncomfortable. That's growing and stretching and being a better person, being a better man. In my book, to some people, they'll take that and make it misery and make everybody else miserable around them. I want to be that person who takes the being uncomfortable and being a better person. You talked about earlier, we talked a little bit earlier, kind of meeting each other, and you shared with me some things with you about yourself, and, how you kind of made a 360 and things of that nature. I kind of had a similar happen. I lost my mom recently in October, actually.
Damn.
Wasn't the COVID or anything like that. It was something kind of unexpected, and it changed me, man. I mean, I was already on an incline, I think, of moving and going higher and being in a different place, but it just that was probably one of the toughest things I've been through, man. And didn't think I would be there. My mom died young at 65, damn near around my birthday. And just not be able to celebrate with her and hold her because of COVID and all these different things, and being the oldest and have to do all about myself. And I had some family members help me, and but just letting your mom, your parent now, I mean, that's natural progression of things. Not be vice versa, your parents burying the children, which does happen. But burying my mom was it's probably one of the roughest things I ever done. And I try to handle it like a G, because I understand that it's natural. It's natural, and it's going to happen to all of us, but I'm just the recent one going through it. So I kind of, when you said that, I kind of made a mental note of that, man. And, I understand what you're going through and can empathize with you. And I know it's not easy, man. And, but everything happens. And if you take that negative feeling or that pain emotions, try to turn it something to positive, man, it's gonna make the world better, bro. So that's how I try to look at it, man. And you're doing that. You're going back to school, and you're telling me about the things that you're doing for organizational, and that's your dream and aspiration, helping kids. And look with that, some sacrifices that we had to endure is gonna bloom flowers to somebody else. And so I hate that we had to lose them, but it was necessary, I guess.
Well, and you talk about keeping it G. You keep it G not for yourself, but for others around you, man. Because like they know how tough you are, and if they see that you're down and it's bothering you, they're gonna say, "Ah, shit, man, what are we gonna do?" So, yeah, man, it's hard to balance all that, dude, and like still sleep at night, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But my father was a great man. he feared one man, and that was God. Like I've seen that dude go into situations and I'm like, what are you doing, Pop? For real? Are you trying to get killed? Like he'd walk up into like a group of these I think they were Bloods. We used to live in a Kerr Village when I was growing up. And these group of gangbangers, they called my mom a bitch. And he straight went into the middle of them and was like, you'll never talk to my wife like that again. Like he was not even scared because he knew God was with him and he was right. So I mean, if you're right, you're right. God's always gonna have your back, man.
I agree. I agree. I agree. And my mom, she was a God-fearing, praying woman, and she passed that on to me and to my family. Right now, you know, when things like that happen, to kind of maybe takes a while or different things to bring everything back together, but you know, it breaks apart and hopefully it comes back even stronger. So, but we're all going through our own trials and tribulations, and so I mean, I just hope in time things keep getting the flow of positivity and getting to the places that we're supposed to be, and supposed to go. So that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes a lot of sense, brother. That's like what OU's kind of going through right now. The old staff, they broke up, and there was a locker room division in the locker room, and now it's all coming back together with Venables and his staff, and it's kind of nice to see. And I know you said you quit playing the game, but would you say that you took a lot of stuff from the game, like as far as morals and values and stuff like that, like counting on your teammates and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I try to do that with pretty much everything that I do. I just feel like when I walk in the room, it's like I'm the baddest motherfucker in here. Not to toot my own horn, but it's one of those things. I'm out work this motherfucker. You don't know nothing about me. If I'm engaged, it's like nothing I can't do.
Right.
And that just one of the things. If I'm in the right mind space, and it's where I try to stay. I wake up with my affirmations, and I just try to be positive, because that one little thought can just throw that whole thing off. And so I mean, it's going to happen, but try to get right back into it. But yeah, I took a lot from football. It's my work ethic. Working until it gets done. A lot of long nights up, and passing out because I work that person. She's not gonna, or they're not gonna do more than me, or they're not gonna outsell me. So just that I ain't gonna say ego, but just that something about my work. Before I probably worked off of talent. Now I work off my grind. Yep. And so if my mind's into it, then it's nothing I can't do. And nice. I feel about the football field. Nice. When I played.
Yeah. You ever listen to Eric Thomas?
No. Oh. Yeah. The motivation guy. Yeah. E.T.
Boy, he get me going. So, oh man, he get me going.
Yeah.
He's got this one
run through a wall.
Yeah, man. He's got.
I wasn't the greatest.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest. But I was the best 7th man.
Hell
For
yeah,
sure.
dude.
Yeah. He gets you going in the morning. Yeah.
He's got this one called the To-Go Plate.
Okay, I haven't heard that one.
Oh man, it's good, dude. It's talking about how everybody, they're in line they got their food for their plate. They can't even say thank you or hello, how you doing? They're only there to get their plate and leave. And it's like, you just got to get those people out of your life, man, because all they do is just take. He's like, and they ain't got nothing to give, not a shitting thing to give.
Other than they have to give you grief,
Yeah, right.
So your circle, just as successful as your circle, the people who you hang out with.
Yep.
If I want to be a fucking bum, I can go back to I ain't trying to knock anybody. Go to the next corner or whatever. Same motherfuckers doing the same shit that they were doing in the high school.
Yeah.
And and they can teach you all the bullshit. So if you want to be a successful guy, go be hang out with those successful people. Not that you're a sellout and those people aren't valuable. They're valuable in that element. But if you try to go to a different level, then you gotta separate yourself. And it ain't no fucking hard feelings, bro, because life is fucking short, And so yeah, get to that level,
Life is way, way too short, man. That's why you got to try and get as much as you can in while you're still alive. It's wild, and life can be taken just like that, man.
Man,
wild.
And we both know. So we have firsthand seats in it.
All
so
right.
I appreciate it. I try to stay in, mostly try to be in the moment as much as I can, and not worrying about what happened in the day. I have a little boy. He brings me so much joy.
Nice.
So I just try to just pour into this little guy. The guy's just sharp as a whip. He'd
Nice.
probably be I don't want him to play football, but he's going to be way bigger and taller, faster, stronger than me. He's already displaying those skills, man. And so it's just crazy, man, to sit back and watch him. And so I get it, man. Just trying not to say none of my friends, they all have value. But my value right now is to be with my family and love them and leave a legacy that they all will be proud of, So,
they're the only ones that are going to be there in the end, man.
That's it. When the slow songs and crying happen or whatever, they're the one gonna be there picking up the pieces. So, yeah.
For sure, man. So I live downtown pretty much, man. It's wild, the homeless situation here. There's a grip of homeless people, dude, all over the place.
It's crazy, man. It's like I was just having this conversation and thought of the day at the light, like that's like the new job application.
I'm telling you what.
I mean, like, fuck, bro. Like, not to say, because I didn't get it. They probably like a lot of different. If you pull out the layers of things that's going on, there's probably like some dual diagnosis shit going on, like mental health, drug use, but it seemed like here, like since COVID, it's like they paying rent on a damn corner. It's like it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see it, and I see it. It's just, I don't know, and how do you help solve that? Throwing money at it ain't gonna work. Because you see, and I see people posting about it. They will give people money and they're going to go do what they're going to do with it. And they'll be back out there the next morning doing the same thing, maybe driving a car better than me and you, using their kids as props. It just, and you think about it, like go and get a job that, maybe 8 hours, maybe pay you maybe equivalent, but you can make more money on the corner than you would at that job. So it just, I don't know, but I see what you're talking about. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy to talk about that. I was thinking about that the other day at the light.
It is, for sure, man.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. It is really sad. But I like to I'm gonna get out of here in a few minutes, but I like to end with a who, a what, and a why. And so for the who, I'm gonna say, was there any one person that like just drove you to maybe be a better football player, a better person, or anybody you looked up to that gave you motivation as a kid?
Well, I have several influences. I had a lot of good people in my life. My high school football team, man, we set state records with wins, 37-0. We set that win. And we had this thing where we all a chain, a link. Each person in this chain is a link, and we all have importance. And sometimes a chain have a weak link, and so you never want to be that weak link in that chain. And so a lot of those guys on that team I played for, they were my brothers, man. We ate at each other's house. And this makes you be better. You got guys who may not be as talented, but you see out there working their ass off, like, damn, old boy out there doing, I need to go out there and do a little something as well too, And so, I had coaches. I had a great coach, probably made me one of the best tight ends and defensive ends out there was Charles Butler. That guy was very instrumental in my career in developing me to the tight end that I was. I mean, I always clear out lanes for James that you could drive a semi through.
Nice,
with the technique that he used to teach me. Coach Holloway, on the collegiate level, Coach Hurl, can't forget about that guy, and Coach Graham, Kurt Graham, been knowing that guy since I was in the 7th, 8th grade. And
nice.
He started out teaching me about life and being a cool cat, that he was, it was just infectious. Coach, he could talk to me. He could talk me down. I wish he would have got the head coaching job our senior year, or when I was in high school with basketball. We probably ran about 3 or 4 state championships, but he was very instrumental in my development. And Galen Jackson, my principal. I had so many influences, man. Like, take a jungle. I had a jungle helping me through the process. Tony Levy, who's no longer with us, Coach Blake, my strength coach, Joe Jurassic, Blair Prince, those guys talking me up, and other teammates, seeing the best in me made me want to be better. And just, the influence of Tyrell and watching him do what he's doing, looking up to him, even though we're a year apart. But, just looking at those guys, had great influences on me to be better.
Nice, man. Nice. So for the what, say you can only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what's it going to be?
Oh, I'm a music guy too, man. Hey, my go-to, one album. That's just too hard for me, man. Because I used to be a moody guy, so whatever mood I was in, that's the track I was going. But anywhere probably from like Outkast, Outkast. I don't know, man.
I like. Mine's Warren GG Funk Air. That's mine.
That's you. That's you. I mean, I like Q. I can't. That's not fair for me, man. I'm a guy. You can't pigeonhole me like that, man. I can't tell you that, bro. I can't do it. Sorry.
Outkast's pretty good. Andre 3000's underrated, man.
Always, man. He's a genius, man. He's a lyrical genius. Him and Big Boy.
Andre 3000 is so good, man.
Yeah.
You want to listen to Kendrick Lamar, though?
Yeah, Kendrick.
Dude, that dude is sick when it comes to lyrics, man.
He about to drop a new album I seen the other day.
Yeah, so that Baby Krim or whatever his name is.
You got me with that one.
But he sounds just like Kendrick Lamar, man. Okay. But they were on that Money Tree song, I think. Together. But and so why why the University of Oklahoma?
Sooner born, sooner bred. When I'm dead, I'll be sooner dead, baby. What you talking about? That's where I grew up, man. I understand how these cats can grow up. I understand you have your favorite teams or whatever, but if you grew up in Oklahoma, man, if you wasn't a damn Sooner, you wasn't shit. And so I wasn't shit. And so I grew up a Sooner, baby, and I ended up being a Sooner. Okay? Nice. So to all you haters gonna see this shit, I don't give a damn. I'm a Sooner, baby. All day. Nice,
man. Yeah, it's so nice talking to all you guys, man. It's just everybody's so proud to be a Sooner, man, and it was great watching you guys play ball, man. And I don't know, it's just cool, man. Talking to you guys, I'm like living out a dream.
Hey, man, it's been my pleasure, man. Sure. Thank you for doing this, man. I would like to get on with the guys. That would probably be a trip or a hoop because some of us get brave enough and tell you these stories,
right? Yeah,
together, So
I'd like
maybe
to
do this one day with some drinks or.
yeah. I'd like to
get another format.
I'm trying to get one set up like that, man. Like, get like a handful of players, man, and just meet up somewhere and bullshit over some drinks or something. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah, that may be your next one. Maybe we can get something like this linked up this weekend coming up. So
that'd be really cool, man.
Yeah, maybe we can get some guys to sit down. Everybody's schedule changing and stuff like that, and so maybe we can get some guys tied down and do that.
That'd be cool.
I'll be down. So
So, I got to get a horns down Boomer Sooner though. All day, baby.
Boomer! Sooner!
Hell yeah. That's right.
All right, baby.
Only one, baby.
Only one. Only us, baby. Only
That's
us
right.
against
Yeah.
all them fuckers.
Hell yeah. All right. Thanks, bud. And I'll talk at you later, man.
All right, man. Be looking out, bro. Have a good one. Hit me
All right,
up,
man.
man, when you